The sound of metal crunching still haunts me. It was the kind of noise that freezes your blood, the kind that tells you something you love just got destroyed. I sprinted out of my garage, heart pounding, only to find my brand new car, a silver 2024 Mustang GT, with its front fender caved in and glass scattered across my driveway like confetti. And standing right beside it, phone in hand and zero remorse in her eyes, was Karen, the president of our HOA. She smirked. Maybe next time you'll remember to park where residents are supposed to. My throat went dry. This is my driveway, I managed to say, stunned. She shrugged, like it was nothing. The HOA voted to extend visitor parking limits. You were warned in last month's meeting. I wasn't even a member of the HOA. My property wasn't under their jurisdiction, something Karen had been told repeatedly. But she hated that fact, hated that my modern home stood outside her control, a reminder that not everyone bowed to her so-called community standards. I felt rage boiling up from somewhere deep. This wasn't just about a car, it was about years of harassment. She'd sent me fake citations, trespassed to take photos of my lawn, and even yelled at delivery drivers dropping off packages for me. I'd ignored her every time. But now, as I looked at my ruined car, something in me snapped. You're going to pay for this, I said quietly. Karen laughed. A high, mocking sound. Oh, sweetie, you'll have to take that up with the HOA board. Good luck with that. And with that smugness only power-hungry people seem to master, she strutted back to her red BMW, the one she proudly parked half on the sidewalk every day, and drove off. I spent the next 20 minutes documenting everything. Photos, videos, timestamps. When I checked my security footage, there it was, crystal clear. Karen had intentionally backed into my car, looked at the damage, then smirked before pulling forward again to crush my bumper completely. I could have called the cops right away. But then I remembered something important. Her BMW wasn't legally parked. Technically, it was on my easement, land I owned that extended 2 feet past the curb, something the HOA had overlooked when they redrew neighborhood maps years ago. So instead of dialing the police, I made a different call, to my towing company. They knew me well. I owned a small contracting business, and I often used their services for impounded vehicles left on job sites. I sent them the footage, the property line documents, and my authorization. Within 40 minutes, a tow truck rumbled up the street, lights flashing. Karen's BMW was back by then, she must have returned to gloat. She came running out of her house when she saw the tow truck hooking up her car. What do you think you're doing? She shrieked. I held up my phone, recording. Removing an illegally parked vehicle from my property. You hit my car, Karen. Here's your consequence. She gasped, her face turning beet red. You can't do this. I'm the HOA president. Then maybe you should start by reading property laws, I said coldly. The tow driver just grinned and kept working. When he hauled her BMW away, she screamed threats, lawsuits, police, community sanctions, but nobody came to help her. Neighbors peeked from their blinds. For once, she was the spectacle. Later that evening, 2 police officers showed up. Karen had indeed called them. I greeted them calmly, handed over the footage, property survey, and a copy of the HOA's own boundary map showing my house was not included in their jurisdiction. The officers reviewed everything, and one even muttered, "Looks like she's been harassing you for a while." When Karen tried to interrupt, one officer stopped her mid-sentence. "Ma'am, intentionally damaging someone's property is a criminal act. You might want to contact your lawyer." She froze. The blood drained from her face. The next morning, her BMW sat in an impound lot, and my insurance company fast-tracked my repair claim after seeing the video evidence. But that wasn't the end. It was just the beginning of her downfall. Apparently, the HOA board had been getting complaints about her for months. My footage became the final straw. Within 2 weeks, she was removed as president. Word spread fast. About her abuse of power, the property damage, the lies. She tried to save face by claiming it was a misunderstanding, but nobody bought it. She ended up selling her house a few months later and leaving the neighborhood altogether. As for me, I repaired my Mustang, upgraded my security system, and planted a small flower bed where her car used to sit. Every morning, I'd look at those flowers and feel a quiet satisfaction, not out of revenge, but out of peace. I didn't need to stoop to her level. I just needed to stand my ground, calmly and legally. In the end, that's the lesson I took from it all. Some people thrive on control and chaos, and the best way to beat them isn't by shouting louder, it's by knowing your rights, staying patient, and letting the truth speak for itself. And maybe, just maybe, letting a tow truck do the talking when words aren't enough.